Sister over here.
All right. My name is Manera. I'm the mother to Lamont Norman, the one that the cops shot and killed, shot him 9 times without a gun.
On Edding Street.
They shot him, they chased him out of my daughter-in-law's house. She's pregnant. He pushed them back so they wouldn't get shot. They was in pursuit of 2 young men, which knocked on her door the next day, was police officers, boys, that was shooting at the cops. Being that my son was in fear of cops anyway, because I got pictures, notes, and letters that I wrote to Internal Affairs, proved that my son was beat when he was incarcerated. When he came home, he was partially blind. He couldn't look me straight in the face. His eyes was too clear. So he couldn't hold the gun to shoot nobody. He was in a halfway house. He was told to leave a halfway house because he was in what they call it, violation of a cell phone. Come to find out, supposed to be a sister just like I am, the sister didn't like him because he was dating and he was getting ready to marry a Dominican sister. So she didn't like him anyway. She wouldn't let him back in. So I kept calling to try to get in. To make a long story short, okay, the night that the cops shot my son, I had just got off the phone. Now these brothers too mentioned the organization name. My husband is 63 years old. He was from this organization, Brother Nasir. They probably know him as Gary Parks. But anyway, and he's from Germantown. But anyway, he had called him and told him that a union had wanted to hire my son that night at 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock, he was going out the door putting the trash out. He seen them chasing after these 2 guys. I guess the fear of the impact of seeing these guns or whatever, because they was unarmed. They didn't have no uniforms on. They was running like thugs. While he was coming out the door, they just started shooting at, from what the people told me in the neighborhood, the impact of the shooting twisted my son's body all the way around. They finally got him up in the alley up on Edding Street, cornered him, waited a while. And after they waited a while, a long period of time, must have been an hour to a half an hour, because I was on the phone with my daughter-in-law. They didn't shoot him then. They called his SWAT team. To shoot him 9 times and not know whether he was armed, that was very uncalled for. What they doing is saying that, according to the media, because they're not even speaking of it anymore. This is going in the 2nd year. That was 2008, November the 14th. They was pursuing them November the 13th. The block that blocked down all those hours just to kill him. That was murder.
Yes, it was.
That was murder.
Yes.
And I talk with emotion and pain like that because I don't just feel for my son. I feel for a lot of brothers that's in there that, yes, we should speak up politically, and it should be where this brother should get a lot of strength by even, I don't know how you can do it by organized, where you can send letters and have letters sent to certain facilities for inmates that's already inside there.
Yeah.
They can send him letters.
Yeah.
They can't stop that. But I need some justice, and there's no justice done. I done been to 7 different lawyers, and a lot of things that y'all said is true, because they back one another up. They're not taking the case. They're looking at what they seeing, what the media is saying, and what's in the paper. Then they keep coming up there talking about we don't know why this guy was shooting, but they're not mentioning that. I got a cold. They're not mentioning that they shot this woman's van up, which was a Christian sister, and she's not coming forward. Had no idea that, they didn't even know that I was the mother. Some woman spoke up claiming she was the mom. I don't know who she was. And it was listed in the paper saying the mother spoke, the co-po. I don't even speak like that in that term. I had a close relationship with the police from 23rd, 22nd District. Officer Muhammad, a lot of them. They knew how I raised my children, but they didn't even know that was my child, because I'm not cutting down on all our black brothers and sisters, but mine wasn't one that was on the corner, because I fist fought my son. Fist fought them up until they was 20. So mine didn't stand on no corners. They ain't had no reason to.
Let's take some time to get responses to what you said.
When you say you contacted lawyers to do what? To sue the city or the private criminal complaint? What did you want a lawyer to do? What do you want done?
That's a good question. Being that I don't know much, I just wanted a private lawsuit against these officers. I want them locked up.
Yeah, to kill the cops.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do
I mean,
this.
to have a SWAT team to come in just to shoot. I mean, I got the. If you see the autopsy, it's ridiculous. 9 bullets for one child. And when they did the autopsy on him, the lady said he didn't have nothing on his. The boy was healthy, no drugs and nothing. They didn't even give me the right. They didn't even give me the courtesy to come to my home. I spoke to Lieutenant Steve Nolan and homicide detective. What's his name? Howard. Somebody. Peterman. None of them never gave me the courtesy to even come to my home to even find out what I know, what I didn't know, where my son's whereabouts, and why he was there, what for. They used their own conclusion. I still don't have that respect today.
In terms of the civil part, suing the city and suing the cops for money, Leon can probably talk about that. As far as the criminal part, having the cops charged with crimes, let me pass this over to you. One deals with the Dante Dawson case, where we got the cop charged with murder. The other deals with the case where the brothers back in May of '08 were videotaped being attacked by the cops by Channel 29 and helicopter, the whole videotape. And we were prepared to file a private criminal complaint in that case, because that was a strong case. Unfortunately, some of our African brothers and sisters are confused because they had 3 white lawyers who wouldn't let us go anywhere near the borders. So we were prepared to file the private criminal complaint against the cops because we had the evidence, the videotape from Fox 29. But when we held the press conference that morning, the lawyers for the 3 boys told us not to file it. If they did, they would sue us as lawyers for interfering with their clients. And we're talking to these black folks saying, you called us. You asked us for justice. And now we're about to do it. Your lawyers on the civil side said, stay away from those black lawyers until we get paid. But anyway, the stuff I just passed to you, one is the Dante Dawson private criminal complaint. The other is the one involving the 3 young black men. And I can do the same kind of thing in regard to your son's case. So just read that stuff, call me or email me, we'll take it to the next step.